Backstage Beautician, and today I'm sporting the most ridiculous hairstyle yet on this channel because I am becoming a Who from Whoville. Sparkles? Snow? I don't know. The show How the Grinch Stole Christmas is based on the beloved book by Dr. Seuss, and since all the characters from Whoville are based on cartoon characters, you can pretty much go as above and beyond as you feel like with this. I mean, these are cartoon characters. The sky is the limit. I chose to do one of the ensemble ladies from the town of Whoville because everybody's seen the hairstyle that Cindy Lou Who wears in the movie, and I thought I would try to recreate some of the different options that some of the ladies in Whoville wear. This hairstyle is a combination of a couple different hairstyles I saw, so you can choose to embrace elements, leave some out, add some. Like I said, sky's the limit. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing I did was separate out the first couple inches of hair all the way around my head. Then I pinned the rest of the hair out of the way in the back so it wouldn't get mixed up in our rollers here in the front. Then you're going to give yourself a super deep side part, actually deeper than the hair will actually stay, and brush it all in one direction. Then you're going to take small sections about 1 inch and start curling them towards the direction you brush your hair in. You're going to want all these sections to be about the same size. And they're going to pin them up on our head in barrel rolls. Now there's a couple different ways we can do this. One of the ways I recommend is split the curl into a couple sections, wrap it around a cool curling iron, and then pin it up into place in little pin curls on your head. Then once you have that whole curl pinned up, move on to the next one. Take a similar size section right next to the first one we just used and curl it around the curling iron, again in the same direction. We're going to continue doing sections this size all the way across our head until we reach our ear on the other side. Now, as I mentioned, there's 2 different ways to pin these sections to your head in these barrel rolls. You can split them into sections and wrap around a cool iron, or I'm about to show you a different way to do this. Once your hair is completely heated on the iron and it's ready to come off, just slip it off. Hold it tightly with your finger so it stays in position where it was when it was on the iron. Then slip a bobby pin in the front of the barrel curl to hold it into place. And then spread out the back of the curl and bobby pin underneath to hold the rest of it in place. It helps create a long, seamless look for these rolls we're pinning to our head. Either method works. Feel free to play around and use whichever one you like to pin these to your head. Just try to get them as smooth and uniform as possible. We want them all to look exactly the same, ideally, but that's obviously quite hard to do. Then, let the rest of your hair down and section up the top of the hair up out of the way. And then we're going to throw curls into the bottom skirt of the hair. I'm using a 3/4 inch curling iron here and just throwing in curls all the way around. You do want these to be as tight as possible, so if you have patience to use a wet set or overnight rollers, I highly recommend that, but not everybody has that patience. Then once you're done curling the bottom skirt of the hair, you're going to create a middle part down the back and separate the hair into 2 sections, and then put those 2 sections into low pigtails on either side of your head. Feel free to use a clear elastic here. We want this elastic to be as invisible as possible. And again, the more bouncy these curls are, the better this hairstyle will look in the end. Cute pigtails, and then we're going to take the elastic, pull it up on our head a little higher up, and pin it into place underneath the curls to hide it. So basically creating a faux shorter hair look by pinning these pigtails up, and then we'll just have the curls sort of sprouting up the side of our head. Again, I didn't say people from Whoville were normal looking. Then, to make these sections of curls even more bouncier, I'm going to tease them a slight bit to add volume and fluff. Then let the remaining section of hair down, brush it out, and we're going to add the same type of curls to this section as well, using our 3/4 inch curling iron and making them as tight and ringlety and bouncy as possible. Once you've curled the whole section, take your hair tie, brush it up really high into an Ariana Grande type ponytail. Make it as high, fluffy, and bouncy as possible. You can even add a bobby pin to the hair elastic to give it some extra oomph. Then split this section into 3 pieces, which are going to create these weird loopy curls on our head. If you have shorter hair here, you can actually gel this section to stick straight up, but I obviously don't, so this is a way to create some visual dimension without having to fake short hair or use a ton of product. So as you can see, I'm just creating a little pin curl at the end and then letting the tops of the hair stick up out of the hair tie for dimension. Do one on each side, right and left, and then create one in the back. Then I'm going to use a bit of putty. This is Garnier Fructis Surfer Hair Power Putty. And I'm going to add this to bits of my hair where I want to create a bit more dimension. So the bit in the back where I want that to look secure and smooth, and then these pin curls in the front. I'm basically using it to help smooth down the flyaways so it looks smoother and more cartoon look. Then we're onto the ribbon. So take a bobby pin and add a big piece of ribbon onto it and tie it into a bow. Then we're going to put this bow over the elastic on the back of our head to cover it up. Once you've added your bow, this hairstyle is all done. If you guys have any questions about this one, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and maybe consider pressing the subscribe button while you're there. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, break a leg on your production of How the Grinch Stole Christmas.